So you're Eebworld, the guy who killed PlayStation Lover and then said he loves PlayStation, huh? Hey everyone, I found him! Ooh, when everyone comes here, you're gonna feel so sorry. Wait, what is that, a heart? What are you gonna do with that, huh? Ooh, hey, how do you do, Eve? You wanna be friends? The first Kirby game on the Nintendo Switch. After many titles on the 3DS, HAL finally said they wanted to move on to the Switch. This game is their first attempt on making a Kirby game on the Switch. Was it a good attempt? I don't know, isn't that why you want to watch this video? Kirby Star Allies was released on March 1st, 2018 worldwide. This game was a surprise to me and probably many others, as I didn't expect them to have a Kirby game so early. The first game on the 3DS, Kirby Triple Deluxe, came out 3 years after the release of the console, but the game is very reminiscent of a 3D Kirby game. They feel almost the same, and the game did come out 2 years after Planet Robobot. The good news is that this isn't a sequel of anything, so that's a relief, for this channel at least. I remember when the trailer showed the mixing abilities feature, more on that later, and people thought it was going to be like Kirby 64. I know my friend did. Story time! I don't really know if the story should be a major thing in this game, but it's there, so I have to talk about it. So this weird Satanist thing is spreading evil hearts around the cosmos. This does eventually reach Planet Popstar, where Kirby lives. It just makes everything turn strong and evil, I guess. Well, as Kirby, you'll start by going around Popstar and taking out the evil off of people. Then you make your way through the cosmos until you reach an altar. Why is there an altar in space? This is where you find the one, the only, Hooded Man! But then you find out the Hooded Man is Highness! After you beat him, he will sacrifice himself, and the Mage Sisters, his allies, and awaken Void Termina. Once you beat Void, peace will return in the world. The end? As far as Kirby games go, this one plays very similar. It's a 2.5D platformer. You could get abilities by absorbing an enemy. Same old, same old. Wait, Kirby, what are you holding? Aww, that's adorable. In this game, the new feature is befriending enemies. Well, that was a feature in past games. But have you ever seen 3 more allies? They can help in many different ways. The AI can be dumb at times, so that's a downfall from this feature. But other than that, you can make elemental weapons, throw them, piggyback to control them, and more. One thing though is, in some areas, you need to have allies to progress. A good example of this is in areas that have an ally pad. That makes all your allies make some shape and progress through the level, but that's not always the case. All abilities in this game have their own inputs for its own attack. I guess you could say Kirby Star Allies is a fighting game. Eh? No one? Okay. You have 4 different worlds you go through: Dreamland, Planet Popstar, Jambandra, and Space. Every world adds more levels than the last, with Space having the most. Worlds don't have themes like in Mario, nor do their levels. It's like, you want to go to a grass level? Well, there's an ice part in the middle. Oh yeah, after that, there's a beach part. Each level doesn't take no more than 10 minutes, and no less than 3. They all feel pretty much the same. Difficulty can rise from its usual difficulty at times, but the overall game is pretty easy. You'll probably never see the game over screen as you just have so many lives. You actually must be pretty reckless to be able to do that. The game throws so many 1-ups in your way. Something that's pretty unique in terms of a Kirby game is the overworld. It's 3D, so is the final boss fight, but only part of it. There isn't much to say about the game if you already know how Kirby games play like, but it is still a good game. Story mode is a significant mode in the game, and what I talked about just now was mostly about story mode. After you finish that mode, you unlock the rest of the modes that were missing, and they are Guest Star, Star Allies Go, The Ultimate Choice, and Heroes in Another Dimension. They all are so much different to the game,
and after completing them, you unlock something to the game. Guest Star question mark question mark question mark question mark Star Allies Go is a mode that makes you play 5 levels as a character that isn't Kirby. The levels have segments from levels you've already played in the story mode. Don't worry, cause there are checkpoints that let you leave and continue later on. This mode looks like it's normal until you reach the end, which you face off a new boss that was scrapped from a past Kirby game. Morpho Knight finally makes his debut, and you fight him after you defeat Highness in level 5. After you beat it, you unlock the jukebox. Well, Nintendo may have taken down music channels, but HAL always knows how to provide us with music. The ultimate choice is better known as the game's boss rush mode. You start off with only going to 7 chilies, which you only fight 7 bosses in. If you beat that, then you get a higher capacity for the difficulty. That will continue until you get the final difficulty. It is pretty hard to beat, with you actually having to try. If you play sloppishly, you will most likely lose, but you have to choose who you want to play as and who will support you before you start. If you beat the final difficulty, you will unlock a surprise. Get ready for Curb! Yeah, you can change Kirby to Curb. The final big game mode is Heroes in Another Dimension. It is what the name suggests. You play as different characters, Kirby or his friends, to go through 4 dimensions. These dimensions start short, but then it will take longer to complete. What's more is the fact that there are some hearts you can collect, which unlocks something special after completing the 5th dimension, aka the boss dimension. If you get 100 out of the 120 hearts, you unlock the Mage Sisters as a playable character, after they tried taking you out of the picture in order to satisfy
Hooded Man!
Just like in every Kirby game, there are 2 sub-games. One is a baseball minigame, where you have to try and hit a meteor the furthest out of 4 players. The second is a ripoff of Timberman. You know, that mobile game, you know what, forget about it. I mentioned that the Mage Sisters are playable characters, but I didn't mention the fact that there are more playable characters than just Kirby in this game. Star Allies give away the theme the developers were going for, making Kirby characters help you in your journey. Now, the playable characters include Bandana Waddle Dee, King Dedede, Meta Knight, Rick and Keenan Kun, Adeline and Ribbon, Gooey, Dark Meta Knight, Daroge, Marks, Taranza, Susie, and the 3 Mage Sisters. Anyone that isn't King Dedede, Meta Knight, and Bandana Waddle Dee came out after the game was released as free DLC. It is really cool that all these characters are in, and they all have their own moveset. I'm telling you, Kirby is secretly going to become a fighting game. But the fact that some of these characters haven't been seen for about 20 years is crazy. And what would a game be without collectibles, huh? This game has puzzle pieces which make a picture in the gallery. There are 2 types of these puzzle pieces, the big ones and the small ones. The big ones are exclusive to story mode, and is the way to 100% that mode. There are special pieces that reveal parts of the picture. Then the small pieces are pretty common in all modes, but you need so many of them before revealing all the pictures. That is one challenge the game throws at you, but if you don't care, so be it.
It's not like anyone's gonna force you to get them.
Music is as upbeat as ever. Some tracks are taken from older Kirby games. Surprisingly, they hold up pretty well in this game. It's like they never need to make songs that aren't 8-bit or something. New music still has its Kirby charm to it, which is good. I will say, boss music is more flowier than it used to be. I kinda miss the fast-paced boss music, but it still works.
That is basically Kirby Star Allies. A nice game in the series, but I do have one complaint. The FPS is really strange. During the game parts it's 30 FPS, and during the menus it's 60 FPS. Hopefully they can make a 60 FPS game next time. Other than that, the game is stunningly beautiful and fun. It is easy, but did I mention it's fun? There is also that one fact that it's fun. What else? It's pretty fun. That's all I can come up with.